Casey, what you got, big fella?
All right. So like I told you guys earlier, I was in Texas, and to get to Texas, we fly in an airplane.
Right.
And I was just wondering about meeting interesting people in interesting places.
Oh, yeah.
So on the flight down, I sat by the old ball coach, Gene Mattingly.
Right.
Well, actually, he got moved back to another seat.
Oh.
They saw him scrunched in the middle seat, and I was on the other. I was on the other one, but I was on the aisle seat, and he was in the middle. They moved him back. But on the return trip, we were in one of them little 2-seater tin cans, so just 2 seats on each side.
God, yeah.
And this poor girl I sat next to we didn't have much conversation early. She was pretty much. I mean, I think we made eye contact when I set my oversized ass down.
When you had to squeeze past her there.
Yeah.
There's one Salem and squeeze past
Well,
her.
so she was the window.
Okay, that's where
And I
wanted
was
to
sitting
go.
in the aisle, and obviously I'm leaning out, giving her as much room as possible. And we're about 20 minutes from landing in Louisville, which the flight attendant was like, "Oh, enjoy your time in Louisville.
Oh, God.
We're going to Louisville. The weather in Louisville. The current time in Louisville."
Didn't that just go through you like,
Oh,
yeah.
just want to slap him. But anyways, so we're
Nobody says St. Louis.
No.
no. So we're about 20 minutes from Louisville, and she gets a Kindle out. She was reading a regular book.
Yeah.
And then she goes to the Kindle, and being an astute observer that I am, I go, "Oh, must like to read."
Yeah.
That's what you said to her?
Yep. Great lead-in.
That would have been almost like me saying to that gal on that flight, "Oh, looks like you sleep around," when I saw when she got that email about her syphilis medicine.
So you have loose moral values. So anyway, she played along, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I do. I love to read. I travel a lot. So yeah, I bring a lot. I'll read this or I'll read that. So yeah, I do read quite a bit." I was like, "Oh, cool. So do you travel for work or for pleasure?" And she's like, "Oh, generally just traveling to see family and friends. I've got them all over."
Oh, how much money do you have in your bank account?
Well, hold on.
Oh,
Here's
what
my
size
next line.
shoes do you wear?
Next line of questioning. So I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I said, "So do you live in Louisville, or are you flying to Louisville to see friends?" And she's, "No, live in Lexington, and I'm just heading back." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So then I don't know how we got.
At what point did she look at you and say, "That's some more of your damn business"?
No, she didn't. So I go, "Oh, that's cool," because when it went back to the question about you travel for work, she said, "Oh no, I'm a veterinarian."
Oh,
I was like, "Oh,
ding,
I'm,
ding, ding,
I'm
ding,
married to a veterinarian." And then she had said, going to Lexington. I was like, "Oh, you a big horse person?" And we have that conversation. She's like, "No." So when you're on an airplane, it's hard to hear sometimes because of the changing elevation.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it, Dave. Nailed it. And so I wasn't picking up on her accent.
Right. Oh.
So
Australian.
no, she was from France, northern France.
Oh, oui,
up near
oui.
Belgium. And so so automatically I go, "Oh, well, how did you get to the United States?" Which she could have easily been, "Well, I flew, you dumbass." But she was like, "Oh, I did a
Study abroad.
I studied abroad in high school. I was
did
an
that
exchange
once.
student. I was an exchange student, and it was in Dallas, Texas, which makes sense. She was flying back, and
Oh.
she goes, "I liked it so much, I just stayed." And then she went to school at Texas Wesleyan, and then she went to vet school at Iowa State.
Jesus
So we just
Christ.
connected all these dots, and we talked.
And this is all within 20 minutes of
all
landing.
the airplane. And then, hey, safe travels to you heading to Lexington. She's like, "Okay, yeah, you two enjoy. Be careful heading back. Like, it's nice talking
Did
to
she
you."
say au revoir?
No, she didn't.
I'm a damn.
Yeah, but what it got me to was
She chose spaying new to your pets.
no.
Shitty veterinarian.
That's Bob Barker.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. I don't know what
Price is wrong, bitch.
So, anyways, if you don't take the time to make, even though it's a dumb lead-in about, "Oh, you must enjoy to read," you miss out on meeting people.
I never really spent enough time in an airport to really meet anybody like super pressing that I can remember. But I do know Couch Guy did a lot of flying, during his military contract. And
Did you put an N in that word?
Military contract.
I think you said military. military.
It's a military contract. And him being I think the biggest one he's seen he said he ran into Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger. He bumped into him in an airport one time, and he was like, hey, and he knew him because he's big Steelers fan.
Yeah.
And Big Ben was like, hey, man, just don't make it awkward. You know, you want an autograph photo, it's fine. Just don't, like, go crazy.
Yeah, because they don't want anybody.
Yeah, don't go crazy girl on me real quick, and, just cool. Yeah, now I think that would be cool as shit. Like, did we see, for some reason, Mark Wahlberg's jumping out at me, but I don't think we ever
flies.
see him.
I bet he's not.
No, he's probably not.
It doesn't have to be in an airport, but if you're somewhere new or different, just talking to people, you find out a lot more in common than what you really think.
Oh, God, yeah,
and I guess that's what I was thinking.
It's a small world for sure.
And, people say, oh, he's never met a stranger.
Right.
I really believe that. Like, because this is kind of funny. So
I've met lots of strangers.
Every driver, Dave, you don't like people.
Mm-hmm.
If you weren't a half a bottle of vodka in, you wouldn't be talking as much as you do now. You
That's right.
You can look back at 60 some episodes, but there's only one cab driver that shut me, our Uber driver, that shut me down. Was this guy he immediately, I said, hey, how we doing today? Because you want to break that awkwardness anyways.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, good. I was like, oh, cool. And then I asked him some follow-up question. He's like, English isn't very good. Next thing you know, he talked the entire 15 to 20 minutes to where we were going to Gene about baseball and his son. But
in English?
Yeah. So, but it was interesting. But I think
the last time I rode in a cab or had some like rideshare service, I think I rode with a dude that was from Sudan.
Yeah.
And he was taking us to
Sudan backwards is Nadu's.
a strip club in Evansville.
Yeah.
Or no, in St. Louis.
Yeah, that's the last time I was in a cab.
Yeah,
But I wasn't with you.
No, you didn't go to there to the bar. We went to and it was in East St. Louis, and it was sketchy as shit. And then I just remember telling the cab driver, "Assalamu alaikum," when we got out.
My cab driver kept
what's
biting his
assalamu
tongue
alaikum
real
mean?
hard and like making angry noises.
Assalamu alaikum. Like,
It's probably like a go
Hello?
with God.
yeah, like, God be with you or whatever. It's like a
Yeah, it's
peace out, bro.
So he understood it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
Because a lot of Sudanese speak Amharic. Or it's a form of Arabic. Amharic. Yeah, you see it a lot.
Google leave it
that's
there.
nice.
Well, because I've represented a few that work at a local turkey facility.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, like local
Turkey is in the animal, not the country.
Yes, thanks,
Yeah.
Dave, for the clarification. And they get
Gobble,
a little
gobble.
They get a little rowdy, and a lot of times you have to find Amharic
Translators?
Yeah, there's none in that, but there's a court service where it's really cool because you'll call them up and they're like,
Oh,
"What
yeah.
language
That
are you
wind or
needing?
thunder?
It's wind, yeah.
What language are you needing?"
Right.
And you just tell them what
I've
you
had
need.
to do that with my Espanol speaking counterpart, Mr. Cesar. I've had to call, like, he was off one day and we had an issue where this dude,
Holy shit. Guys, I just had the greatest idea. We need to make a Google Translate for angry wives.
with what do you mean? Like their dictation?
No. So say you're in trouble and the warden's mad at you.
Yeah.
And what you want to say is, I don't even know why you're mad. I didn't do nothing. So you say that to your phone. I don't even know why you're mad. I didn't do nothing. And then it says something like, I know I'm wrong, baby girl, and thank you for being with me for this long. And it's all my fault. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
His southern
one of them
accent is just on point.
something about the vodka.
Baby girl.
It's the vodka.
Hey, baby girl, baby girl.
Anyway, we're
baby
going to
girl.
put that in that Google
Hey, sit on
Translate.
down here.
Yeah, we
baby
can do
girl.
that too.
Yeah, we can do that too.
So,
But
We're going off the rails.
that's okay.
Yeah, we have been for a while.
No, so small talk is a huge thing for me. Like, I'm a big small talk guy.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the art of small talk.
I can't talk to strangers in an airport.
Oh,
Dave,
I
we
can't.
know. If we brought a stranger in here in the room, you would
For
be
God's sakes, when we went,
clammed up.
Justine and I, when we got married, we flew to Jamaica. And I think it was like after our second connection, like we flew from Indy to Charlotte and then from Charlotte to Orlando or some shit and then went international. And Like this same group was traveling with us the same time.
Yeah, when you kind of get those destinations.
Yeah, and it was like, hey, did you guys going on your honeymoon? And they're like, yep. You guys? Yep. And then it was like, no shit.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 of us. No, how many? Was there 3 couples or?
6, because it's 3 couples.
Yeah, 3 couples. So then there was 6 people, like she said, simple math there. But the one of them, I guess, was an avid traveler. And she said she went up to the flight desk, like I think it was our international flight. And she's like, hey, look, we're all on our honeymoon. Any chances of upgrading? And the stewardess at the flight desk was like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, we'll get you guys in first class. Congratulations. And like she
Those are the same people that aren't afraid to send a steak back that isn't cooked the way they like it.
Right. Well, but the lady on the airline was like, oh, yeah, no problem. And she put us all up in first class, and we got drunk on the way to Jamaica.
I'm not surprised by that.
It was awesome.
Well, we always find, you find locals that you talk to.
Yeah.
They tell you good spots to go that aren't tourist traps.
Right.
They kind of give you the lay of the land a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
And I just think a lot of people generally want to conversate.
Yeah.
Some don't.
Some don't. Right. But I like small talk, and I like doing that. She tells me all the time, shut up, because she is not a person.
She's all business.
She's like Dave. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to put my head down, stay in my lane, and get to where I'm going.
See, but here's my theory on that. If something were ever to happen,
Yeah.
like an incident,
Yeah.
I want that person, if they're maybe the perpetrator of said incident, to be
Yeah.
like, hey, that guy was nice to me.
Yeah.
Maybe we're going to let him go.
Or stab him in the jugular if they got an opportunity to do something different.
Could. Never
Good.
know.
Yeah, you never know.